So first I have, you mentioned that some school districts don't have summer programs, and then so I was wondering what are the benefits of having a summer program in Columbia?
You mean just for summer school in general, or for summer driver's ed?
For the driver's ed program.
Yeah, so some schools actually don't have driver's ed at all.
Yeah.
And for several years, Columbia had it, and then we didn't have it for several years because of the cost associated with offering the program. It was one of many reductions that was made when, back in 2008 when the recession hit, and we had to make reductions in programs that do come with some additional costs. But we did add it back a couple years ago, and it has been very successful. We offer it during the summer. It is currently a half credit. It's my understanding that House bill is wanting it to be a full credit, so that would be something that we would have to look at. But it is a half credit, and it's offered during summer. It's capped at 50 students per school, just because of the time that has to go into driving and then having the classroom portion of the course, and of course we don't have unlimited resources to have a million different cars and driving instructors out there, but and it is for a very specific audience of students. You have to be a certain age and going through your permit process and all of that as well. So summer school starts for us for this program June 6th and goes through June 30th, I believe. There's a course description in here for you. It's under as an elective. It counts as an elective credit. It's not required, but it is an option for students to take.
Okay, and then you mentioned that it's 50 students from each school. So is it one class and then 50 from each high school?
No. I mean, it's offered like throughout the course of the summer. I'm trying to find the description. Here it is. Driver training is what it's called. So it's a blended course, students working in the classroom and or online as well as driving. It is limited to 50 students per building. And so we have 3 high schools in Columbia. So Hickman, Rockridge, and Battle High School.
So is there one course at each of the high schools? Okay. And then there's like 2 sessions. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's just, it depends on enrollment, how they work out the schedule, but it's students entering 10th, 11th, or 12th grade who currently, who are currently in the process of getting their driver's license.
Okay, and so I was just wondering, why is it offered during the summer only? Because you mentioned about the resources. It
is, resources and time. Yeah, absolutely. We don't have the ability to staff a program and support a program like that during the regular school year. So it is something that we, at this point in time, can do just during the summer.
Are there any challenges to only offering it during the summer for the students?
There really haven't been at this point in time. I think timing is probably an issue for students. So whether or not they take the CPS course versus a different course out in the community. But so I think that's probably the only drawback to doing it that way. But we did have to make a significant investment in the program to get it back up and going again. Obviously, you have to have cars, and you have to have instructors, and you have to develop the course curriculum. So there is a little bit that goes into doing something like that, and it counts as a 1 semester course, and it's a half credit.
Okay. And so, is there a fee associated with the?
There is some fee associated with it. And I don't know. I didn't talk to Craig to see what the fee is for this year, and this is.
Does it fluctuate every year?
Well, as we've increased our enrollment opportunity for this summer, so let's see, the reimbursement, the program cost $48,565 last year. And I was looking to see if we had the course fee in here. I might have to ask Craig if he set the course fee for this year.
What is usually the average, or what has it been about the last few years?
It's usually less than $100, but that's what I need to see on here.
And then at the end of the
years, because we were renting, so and we may not even be charging for this year at all. That's what I need to see, because originally it was we were renting. We had to rent the cars initially to get the program going, and so the costs went to car rental. But I don't think that, I think we're in a different position this year, so that's what I need to double check for you.
Okay. So we talked about how timing isn't really like, could be an issue in the summer, but it also offers students more flexibility because they don't have like other classes going on. So what would be some of like the challenges if it were to be offered during the school year?
What's timing? I mean, that's still, you're still gonna have an issue with timing. Enrollment is an issue too. I mean, we don't wanna, and that's not to say that we wouldn't necessarily ever do it. It just works better now as far as, the number of students enrolled for it to make sense to offer the course. I mean, you're not gonna pay an instructor to teach 3 kids. So that's sort of where it's a balancing act, and because it's a newer program that we've brought back here after the, over the last couple of years, we certainly wanna make sure that the enrollment trend stays the way it is before we would ever consider making it something that would be offered during the regular school year. But the amount of instructional time makes sense to do during the summer.
Okay. And what do the students like graduate with at the end of the program? Like, do they
It's not required for graduation, but they do get a half credit, and then they're prepared to move forward with getting their driver's license.
Okay,
They
so
still have to take the test
they
and
still
stuff.
take the
Yeah.
test, okay. So you mentioned that they began again in the summer after like a long time. They haven't. So like, how has the program been successful so far?
Well, I think, certainly that we're seeing an upward trend in the number of students that are taking it over the summer. I think parents are thankful and grateful for having this opportunity available for their children, because it does include not only the course curriculum, but also the actual hands-on portion of the course as well. And certainly having that reinforcement from trained individuals is right. Makes it better. Maybe takes a little stress off mom and dad to have to sit in the car with with a driver who's learning, right?
Do you think the summer enrollment would be affected if it were to be offered in the school year? Would enrollment numbers go down?
We don't know yet. I mean, it's so new to bring it back and to offer it throughout the course of the summer. We'll see where we are now. We did decide that we needed to put a cap on enrollment in the summer, so we'll see how things go.
And then, can you think of any benefits that would come out of having it during the school year as a course?
Well, certainly more students might be able to take advantage of it, but that's what we've got to see as far as level of interest, and if we do hit the max this summer, then that's certainly something we could talk about. And obviously, if you have a legislation that's coming down too, that would be something that we would have to consider as well. Does the summer course fulfill that obligation? Does it need to be a full credit now rather than a half credit? So some of those types of things.
You mentioned several times it's only a half credit, and why is that?
It's just the amount of time that goes into it. Yeah, full credit is a full year, so this is a 1 semester course.
Yeah. So in like talking about the school district and the resources, like how would the district have to adapt regarding like renting cars or maybe
purchase, renting,
purchase,
additional employees, staffing,
like all of that. How does that all play
it comes
together?
costs. Yeah, there's a cost associated with it, which is why last year the cost for the program was just a little less than $50,000 just to operate it. So there does come a cost. You've got to pay your teachers. Do we need more? Are we able to reconfigure some staffing from other areas? Those are all questions that we would have to discuss should we decide to expand it. Right now, it seems for Columbia it works well to do it in the summer.
Okay, so for the summer right now, are the instructors like outside instructors from the school district, or are they inside the school district so far?
Well, they're CPS employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
we offer a full summer program, so it's not like summer school, like when people think about summer school as credit recovery. That's not what it is. Our summer programs are really about enrichment. We have close to 9,000 students that participate in summer programs through Columbia Public Schools, whether it be through Summer Sensations, which is our K through 8 It's 1 month. They come and it's like grade advancement. They go to the whatever grade they would be starting in the fall, and it kind of gives them a jump on what things will look like when they start. And then we have a slew of enrichment programs that are offered through the Career Center, everything from cupcake making to, building a band, to all those kinds of things, laser technology, Legos, you name it. And then we have a lot of elective courses that students take for credit advancement to be able to get a jump on fulfilling an elective requirement, fulfilling a health requirement, so that next year they can take a course that they couldn't have fit into their schedule otherwise. So that's, we do have credit recovery things that we do, but a majority of our summer programs are really about enrichment and advancement.
Okay. And then lastly, is there anything about the summer program that you would like to see that I didn't touch on, I didn't mention and ask about?
I don't think so. I think I just have to figure out for you. I don't think that there's going to be a fee this year, so that's what I want to figure out for you.